Hey guys, and welcome to my first weekly wrap-up of the year. Yes, I am doing weekly wrap-ups. I'm excited. It's going to be exciting. So, this week I read a total of 2 novels and 2 short stories, and I shall get into those now. So, the first book I read this week was The Penultimate Peril by Lemony Snicket. It's the 12th book in the series of unfortunate events, and I am currently trying to buy the rest. I've read this whole series, but I'm trying to buy them all, and each time I buy them, I read them. But unfortunately, I bought this like 6 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, and I still hadn't read it, so I was just like, you know what? Go to this massive pile. I'm reading this now. I am rereading this now before I get too bogged down with other stuff. And yes, and I enjoyed it just as much. So still just as strange and odd as before, and I really enjoyed it. So next I read a short story out of my big H.P. Lovecraft collection here, and that was The White Ship. And I have mixed feelings about this because I liked it because I mean it's H.P. Lovecraft. He's the grandfather of weird, and I love me my weird fiction. But like 1 minute we're in our world just jamming along there, and then next minute we're in this strange odd world, and somehow we're there for thousands of years, and then the next second we're back in our world, and this is in the span of about 5 pages, and I'm just like, this story would definitely have been better if it was longer. But for what it was alright, and it was about a 3-star thing. So yeah. Next book I read was the first book in the Spiderwick Chronicles, the Field Guide, and I decided to pick this up while I was at the library getting the books that I needed for this week's readathon, because I bought books 2 and 3 in the library sale that was last month, and but of course I didn't have the first and I've never read it, so I couldn't read those and continue on with the series. So decided to pick this up so I could, and I really enjoyed it. It was a nice short little read. So it's only 117 pages. Took me about maybe an hour or so to read. And yeah, flew right through it. Really enjoyed it. Definitely thought the characters were very, very interesting. Apparently there's something has happened with one of the parents, and I'm interested to find out what's going on with that, and why it's and how come it's affected the kids so much, because well, when that happened to me, it didn't affect me all that much, didn't act out, so yeah, it'd be interesting to find out, and also find out more about the strange Spiderwick Manor, the Field Guide book, and yeah, can't wait to continue on. And I ended up giving that a 3.5 stars, just because it's a tiny little book. Don't usually end up giving things that are shorter than 200 pages over 3.5 stars, so. And then I read another short story in here, The Temple, and oh boy, that was so good. This is definitely one of those outliers in the books in my rating of under 3.5 stars or under in books under 200 pages. Because this was so good. Like, it's about a guy who's a German soldier on a U-boat, submarine, going along the sea, and a whole bunch of, like, they find one of these, so they end up destroying an enemy ship, and they find one of the people on board had this strange ivory head of a what words, and it appeared to be like a Greek god. It had a laurel and stuff on it, and then upon taking that from the dead guy, a lot of crazy weird shit happens, and everyone ends up losing their minds, and which down several thousand meters under the sea is not a good idea. And whoo, that was a crazy wild ride, and I loved it. 4.5 stars. And yeah, so that is everything I read this week. I also tallied up the page count of this week, which came out to be 478 pages. So yeah, this year I'm gonna keep an eye on my page count, so then I can see how many pages I end up reading, because I think it'd be interesting to find out. Yes, that is everything, and I will see you in my next video.